This is John Rollins with Motivate. I'm with Motivate You of North Central Florida, but I'm here active for the S.T.R.I.V.E sessions. I tell you, what's in you comes out. We're here for our S.T.R.I.V.E sessions. It's Wednesday afternoon. Today is the 22nd of January, and I pray that you've had a wonderful day, a wonderful start to your week. But now we're here for our S.T.R.I.V.E session: strategies to remain informed, strategies to remain victorious, strategies to remain empowered. And we are offering these programs to try to enrich, to uplift the body of Christ. Those of us who are believers, we're trying to provide you with some information that you may be able to use that can help aid you on your journey. If you're going to take the journey, why not enjoy it? I think that was one of our S.T.R.I.V.E sessions from some time ago, to enjoy the journey. And so we want to finish, or we want to continue where we were in our session on last week. We were talking about unclogged, and again, we're probably going to be doing unclogged for the next several weeks. Last week we talked about your career, how to unclog, how to unblock, how to free up your progression in your career, and we gave some suggestions on things that you may want to do, specifically as it relates to your personal skills. We said that you are to make assessments of what you know, to have an idea of what you want. We say to figure out how are you adding value to your employer, or if you want to become a team lead, are you surrounding yourself with people who are going to help you to grow? So those are some of the things that we talked about on last week regarding your career. I want to say a few things about your career, and then we will go into relationships. One of the things that we did not get a chance to mention, I think we left out, we were talking about Napoleon Hill's statement. He says it's one thing to want more money. He says everybody wants more, but he said it's entirely different to be worth more. In other words, you have to bring something to the table for where other people are willing to compensate you or reward you for it. And so, and the question was, why should someone pay you more money? I asked the question, and then I made this statement, according to a book that I read, that right now we're being paid exactly what we're worth. And so if we're going to get more, we have to bring more. We have to add more. All right. So we talked about that. And then we just, again, kind of finishing up there before we go to relationships. If your employer is not paying you more money, what are you willing to do to go out and to earn it? If you have income goals and you're not being able to get it on your job. And I remember early in my career, I remember reading or hearing that the purpose of a job is to pay you just enough so that you will want to stay, but not too much that you're going to want that you'll be able to get rich. A job, someone told me a job says just over broke. They're going to pay you just enough to keep you interested, but they're not going to pay you so much that you are going to settle in. So just over broke. And if you're not getting enough from your job, are you willing to do something different for yourself? One of my mentors, this was probably back in the 80s, Deacon James Thomas, he talked about, you work 40 hours on your job, okay, but then you should probably be working another 20 hours on your dream. I think it was Jim Rome. He says that you give time to your job. You have to take care of your needs, okay, but you should be working on your fortune. And you can do that many times. You don't have to be dependent on your employer. You can become the person who makes those decisions. So if your employer is not willing to pay you more, are you willing to go out and then seek other opportunities? And then if your financial goals are such, are you willing to spend less money? Okay, there are two ways that you can build that financial, I'll just call it your financial security. Okay, and it all revolves around money. The Bible says money answers all things. You can increase your net worth by either earning more or spending less. You can save more or you can earn more. Okay, but those are typically the ways that you're going to increase your net worth. Okay, now, yeah, you could win the lottery, but you could also get struck by lightning. And so if you're looking at the odds are not very good that we're going to become lottery winners. And then I've heard, and you all see this on some of those documentaries, that even if you do win the lottery, if you have not changed your mindset, it won't be long before you're going to be broke, maybe even declaring bankruptcy. Okay, so it has very little to do with what we have, has more to do with who we are and what we become. All right, so those are some of the questions that we were asking about developing your financial stability, your financial security. Okay, so again, do you have career goals? Do you have financial goals? And then why do you want to be rich? Some people say, I want to be rich, I want to be wealthy, but why? What does that mean to you? What status does it give you? Okay, these are all questions that you have, because I can tell you that even if you are rich, you're still going to probably have some problems. They just have a different level of problems. Okay, but the money in and of itself, the financial security, financial stability doesn't resolve our problems. Okay, it is who we are. It is what we are that positions us to make great decisions that help to resolve those situations that come up in our life. All right. So let's talk now about your relationships, and I'm going to spend a little bit more on your personal relationships, and then maybe as we near the end, we may talk a little bit about your family relationships. Okay. But for those, I hear so often about people saying, I want to be married. Okay. I want to have a lifetime partner. And I've been married for nearly 30 years. There's a lot of value that comes in with having someone that you can rely on. Okay. But so if you want to be married, if you want to have that lifetime partner, here are some questions that may help you to unclog. Here's some questions that may help you to free up and then position you so that you can be in place when that opportunity presents itself. Okay. Have you become Mr. Right? Have you become Miss Right? So often we say, I'm waiting on Mr. Right. I'm waiting on Miss Right. I'm looking for Mr. Right. Okay. Have you become Mr. Right? Have you become Miss Right? Because if you are Miss Right or you are Mr. Right, someone is probably waiting for someone just like you. Okay. But you have to become that person in order for when they find you, they can realize this is the person of my dreams. This is who I've been waiting on. This is who I've been looking for. And the Bible says that if a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and he obtains favor from God. In order for us to find, or in order for the individual to find the right person, we have to be the right person. Have you become Mr. Right? Have you become Miss Right? And would you consider that someone may be looking just for you, someone just like you, so that they can unite with you? Okay. But if they're looking for you, are you ready? When that person comes along, are you ready? Or do you still have some deep cleaning that you need to do? All right. You know, we have the surface cleaning that we do, but then there's some dirt that's been done, been on the path, maybe the carpet or maybe in the car or somewhere. There's some deep cleaning that needs to be done. When that person comes, are you ready? Or do you have a lot of stuff you still got to work out? If you got a lot of stuff you got to work out, you know what's probably going to happen? They're going to walk away. They're going to say, you know what? Based on where I am right now, that's too much drama. That's too much baggage to have to deal with. Are you ready? On a scale of 1 to 10, some questions that you want to ask yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10, how positive are you? Okay, I heard there are 2 ways that people brighten up rooms. Some people brighten up the room when they come into the room. Others brighten up the room when they walk out. Okay, how positive are you? Are you someone that people enjoy hanging around? Okay, questions. Just again, we're talking about unclogging, removing those filters, removing those obstacles, removing those things that may be hindering you from having the life that you want. This is the year of unclogging for me. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how positive? How is your language? Okay, when you are talking, are you using words that are building up? Or are you using words that are negative and tearing down? Okay, how is your attitude? Do you have a positive attitude? Do you have a healthy attitude? Okay, do you relate well with other people? You know, there's some of us, and this is the phrase that I use. Some of us have a sandpaper personality, a sandpaper disposition. I mean, it's like we just rub people the wrong way. People come to us and they say, "Ooh, that didn't feel good. Oh, that hurt." Okay, how is your personality? How is your attitude? How well do you relate to other people? Just questions, okay? Just questions for you to consider, because if you're desiring that relationship, are there areas in your life that may be clogging it up? Okay, What value do you bring to the union? Okay. We want people to come in and be our knight in shining armor, or the princess or the damsel that needs to be. Okay. What value do you bring? Am I adding value to this union? Okay. Can I tangibly document or express the things that I know that if somebody hooks up with me, these are some things that they're definitely going to get that's going to make a difference for our union. Okay. Do you listen to other people? Okay. Now, I know you say, I hear you, but are you listening to how well do you listen to people? Okay. Not only do you hear what they're saying, okay, but are you also hearing what they're not saying? We used to say, read between the lines. Are you able to read between the lines? Are you able to discern what's going on? Okay. And when we have these skill sets, I promise you, we are good people to partner with. All right. Can you hold a conversation with someone about current events? Do you work to keep yourself up to speed on what's going on around the world? Okay. Or are you focused on the latest sitcom, the latest reality show? Okay. Do you, when you have a conversation, can you talk intelligently about stuff that's going on? Can you keep a person's interest? Okay. And can someone keep your interest, because they're talking and then they're sharing information with you and it went over your head. You got lost. Okay. So how knowledgeable are you? Okay. Here's a question that's probably going to get me in trouble, but I think I should ask it. Okay. Have you released or been released from that last relationship with the person with whom you were involved? Okay. Because the person of your dream, Mr. Right, Miss Right, comes into your life and you're comparing them to the last person. Well, the other person, they did this for me, or they treated me this way. They always remembered me on my birthday and they sent me flowers. Have you been released, or have you released the other person who was in your life? Okay. What are you looking for? Okay. Because if you have some specific things that you're looking for in the person, then when they come along, you may be able to identify it. But if you don't know what you're looking for, the person may be right there in front of you, have been there with you for years, and you don't know what you're looking for. Okay. So what attributes should the person have? Can you sum up in a paragraph specifically what your strengths are? Okay. What are your weaknesses? What is it about you that you would need someone to come in and show up or compliment what it is that where you're not good? Okay. Are you a spender? Are you a saver? Are you an introvert, an extrovert? Okay. Do you have dreams? Is there something that gets you up in the middle of the day, the middle of the night, and you are so passionate about it? Then you can share it with people and they can see it. You have a vision for your life. Okay. Just some questions that you want to ask yourself, answers that you want to have in order to unclog your relationships. So what are your non-negotiables? What are the things that under no circumstances are you going to unite with someone who has certain traits? And I got permission from my wife to share this. Okay. But when my wife and I were dating, this was back in 1989, 1990. And again, I got permission from her to share this. Okay. But I remember speaking to her and I said, it's important for me to share with you that I am not someone who's going to fight with you. I'm not someone who's going to fuss at you. I'm not someone who's going to yell at you. If that's someone that you need in your life, I'm not the person for you. Okay. I don't believe in being, anyway. Yeah. But so if that's what she needed, if she was a person who would fight, hit, cuss, scream, and all that stuff, that's a disqualifier, non-negotiable. Won't happen, because I don't need that in my life. Okay. I don't need it, and I will not tolerate it. What are your non-negotiables? Okay. So what strengths are important to you? What weaknesses that matter? Okay. What do you like about other people in the past that you say, you know what? This is something that I would consider when we're talking about those specific things. Okay. But what have you not been able to understand? Who has modeled the relationship that you're now hoping to pattern your relationship after? Okay. Do you have a good model? Okay. What makes you laugh? What makes you cry? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What songs do you sing about? Okay. How do you best like you? Okay. And to what extent are you motivated to become what you seek? Are you willing to put in the effort to become the person we talked about earlier, to become Mr. Right, so that or Miss Right, so that when that person comes along, I mean, okay, I don't want to do this. Okay, but if you don't care about how you look when you're in public, okay, how are you going to represent someone else? Okay, if you don't take pride in who you are and what you bring to the table, why would someone else want to connect with you? Okay, these are things that you have to ask yourself. Okay, your hobbies, your dreams, your vacations. Are you an adventurous person, or do you avoid risk at all times? Are you willing to trust quickly, or does your trust have to be earned? Do you love? How do you express your love? Okay, does somebody have to prove themselves to you, or are you willing to give them the benefit of the doubt? Okay, and just some questions to ask. You don't have to have an answer for them. Okay, but here's what I know. If these questions are unanswered for you, it is possible that you may find yourself in an undesirable cycle. Okay, what are you saying? Okay, when the children of Israel were in the wilderness, it was never their intention to have to spend 40 years in the wilderness. Okay, but what happened is there were some unresolved things in their hearts. Okay, that when they were tested, those things surfaced. Okay, are there some unresolved things in your heart that are causing you to repeat a cycle of misery? And if there are, okay, they're clogging, they're blocking, they're hindering you from having that relationship that you desire. Okay, and if you will unclog them, I hear wedding bells. I hear wedding bells. Hey guys, listen, this is John with the S.T.R.I.V.E session, strategies to remain informed, strategies to remain victorious, strategies to remain empowered. And I end the way that I love to end. I didn't do it on last week. Okay. But I want to remind you, okay, that you are important. And don't you ever forget it. All right. This is John. You all be blessed. Okay.